Episode 22. Pay attention to detail. If there's one glaring secret to mastering the art of seduction, it is using details to cast a multi-sensory enchantment over your target. In his book, The Art of Seduction, Robert Greene breaks down how strategically orchestrated sights, sounds, scents, tastes, and tactile elements can elude rational defenses to put someone under your seductive thrall. Greene provides several powerful examples, illustrating this potent principle of sensory seduction in action. The mesmerizing Empress. In 1898, the Empress Dowager Cixi of China faced suspicion from ambassadors' wives visiting the Forbidden City. Rumors swirled she had imprisoned her nephew, the emperor. But the wily Cixi disarmed them through an ingeniously staged spectacle. First, doormen eunuchs in dazzling regalia welcomed the ladies in a procession of splendor. The imperial halls revealed a rainbow of Manchu royals in ornate silk gowns and jeweled headdresses. At last appeared the tiny diamond-draped empress on the glittering dragon throne, an almost mythical visage. From there, exotic incense perfumed the air as ceremonies commenced with delectable teas in exquisite porcelain. Later came a lavish banquet, and finally reciprocal tea rites, the empress sipping each cup before presenting it. One family, she intoned warmly, feted at every turn with color, aroma, taste, and reverie, the wives left utterly enchanted. While words may have been distrusted, this kaleidoscope of tiny choreographed marvels utterly disarmed them. In a heady daze of pleasurable sensations, they missed any hint of dupery from the Grand Mistress of Seduction herself. The sensual stylings of Genji. Another legendary practitioner of detail seduction was Genji from the classic tale of Genji. Aiming to seduce his young ward Tamakazura while playing the role of protector, Genji orchestrated an intricate ritual of sensual enticements. He surrounded her in vibrant, glowingly colored robes while burning custom perfumes to fill the air with intoxicating aromas. Meticulously chosen fresh flowers and elaborately calligraphed love poems arrived as gifts to stimulate her romantic fantasies. At night in moonlit gardens, he would serenade her by torchlight, playing the koto as only he could master. Suffused in this hypnotic haze of symbolic colors, scents, sights, and sounds, Tamakazura felt herself slip into the reveries of her favorite romantic novels. Spellbound by Genji's ritual stagecraft, she willingly succumbed as the seduction accelerated. The power of sensory associations. According to Greene, details are ideally suited for seduction because they possess unparalleled power to penetrate rational filters and revert us to a childlike openness centered on immediate sensory gratification. Rich sights, sounds, flavors, and tactile experiences hold a primal, nostalgic magic over our minds. By orchestrating a harmonious ensemble of sumptuous and symbolic details precisely calibrated to tantalize our target senses, we induce an intoxicated, hyper-immersive trance state. We facilitate fantasies through the strategic unleashing of charms, suspending cynicism and doubt through the sheer force of enchantment. When our senses are saturated through all channels with meticulous pleasures, we relax our grip on harsh realities. We come under the dominion of pure feeling and imagination as we unconsciously construct idealized projections aligned with the ceremonial atmosphere enshrouding us. Keys to sensory mastery. To maximize your powers of seductive detail, Greene shares several essential strategies. Engage the full spectrum of senses. Saturating multiple sensory vectors at once is key to overwhelming analytical filters. Create multisensory harmonies, orchestrating symbolic aromas like night-blooming jasmine, delicate flavors like sugar-dusted petits fours, visual enchantments like candles flickering across intricate Venetian masks, audible seductions like a jazz vocals crooning from the shadows, and tactile temptations like soft furs and smooth silk robes. Stimulating just one or two senses lacks the rapturous force to completely entrance. Cultivate symbolic resonance. Understand the symbolic talismans that cue emotional resonances and unconscious responses in your target. A delicately perfumed wildflower bouquet like freshly picked English roses conjures romantic ideals, while intimate clothing textures like gossamer lace camisoles spark feelings of sensuality. Nostalgic homemade tastes like grandma's warm oatmeal raisin cookies trigger emotions of family comfort. Master these subconscious semaphores, then seamlessly embed them into your orchestrated effects. Stage and choreograph. Like a master film director, meticulously script, block, and choreograph every seductive detail as part of an unfolding multi-act experience. Skillfully guide their focus through a rising crescendo of visual, auditory, and tactile delights. Perhaps a nighttime beach setting strewn with tiki torches as a smoky fire dancer's twirls flaming batons to primal drumbeats before the climactic reveal of a raised heart-shaped bed encircled with frangipani petals. Use calculated lighting cues, scene transitions, and dramatic pauses around introducing key symbolic details to amplify their bewitching impact. Mask your intentions. While each detail should exude an air of thoughtful personalization, never overtly divulge the deeper symbolic meanings or seductive intentions behind your gestures. Instead, allow an enigmatic air of mystery and subtext to linger, permitting your target's imagination to concoct their own fantasies about the potential significance. We are most enchanted by the meanings we convince ourselves of. Maintain an undertone. Approach every seductive detail delivery with an understated ceremonial air of nonchalant cool. Avoid any aggressive overselling or overt grandiosity that could shatter the rapturous spell. Instead, have your words, expressions, and gestures imply an undercurrent of deeper longing through precise restraint and indirectness. The more volumes you can masterfully suggest while saying little, the more powerfully your target's mind will extrapolate untold depths. Leverage association relics. Charged personal artifacts like an emblazoned silk robe, heirloom locket, or monogrammed leather-bound journal allow you to extend the seductive sorcery across time and space. These relics become near-mythic totems, their very presence and distinctive sensory signatures reactivating the intoxicating emotions and idealized impressions surrounding you. A single whiff of your cologne lingering on a cherished gift can psychically reunite your absent target with the reveries you catalyzed. By choreographing an ensemble of charming symbolic details precisely tuned for your target, you cue an overwhelming preoccupation with imagined ideals over reality. You not only disarm their defenses, but induce them to pull you further into their fantasies through the very projections you've enabled. As Greene concludes, never tell someone what you are feeling. Let them guess it in your looks and gestures. That is the more convincing language. The mastery and manipulation of multisensory experiences represents the ultimate source of seductive power and enchantment. With every coordinated gesture, scent, flavor, and visual delight, you whisper straight into the subconscious desires you've evoked within them. Overwhelmed by the tantalizing spectacle that is you, they lose all grasp of the waking world. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button, and if you found something relatable, feel free to share your thoughts in the comments section. Now onto something crucial. Make it a habit to learn something valuable every day that genuinely benefits you. Remember, the content you feed your mind is like nourishment for your brain, so choose wisely. Be intentional about it. Otherwise, algorithms may manipulate your thinking. Consider that. Additionally, we're now welcoming contributions in the form of subscriptions to help fund our upcoming projects and provide you with outstanding content. Join us in our journey by subscribing today.